Hello friends, now let us take up the concept number 10, finally block. As I already explained to you, for exception handling purpose, 3 blocks are created: try, catch and finally. Try block is the compulsory block. As far as catch and finally are concerned, optional blocks. Optional block subject to a condition. What is the condition? If you want to write 3 types of blocks, try, catch, one catch or multiple catches and one finally, you can write. That is one option. Just all the options you try to understand. Just I write it here: try, catch, finally. This is one option. Here try multiple catches, more than one catches, you write. This is the first option, this is the second option. Third option, try and catch only, you write. Single try, single catch, always single try only. Okay. Thereafter, fourth one, try and multiple catches, multiple catch statements you write without writing finally. That point you have to understand. And thereafter, fifth one, try one or more, we do not write catches at all, and finally. So, these are the options available for us. So, as far as catch and finally are concerned, you can treat them as optional, but one of the blocks should be there, either catch or finally or both can be there. All these options you keep in mind. In this context, one thing I have to tell you, actually this type of multiple options are there. One time you have to focus, and if you write this type of notes, you never forget. What are the probable options? All that you write. Otherwise, what happens, somebody asks you a question, first time you get it out. It is like asking, we feel that we know the spelling of a word, but suddenly somebody asks what is the spelling of that word, means we get doubt. So, this type of cases, not very many, these are few only. Whenever context comes, this type of notes you write. This is always good for you for remembering. Actually, in interviews or in examination, international certifications, mainly they focus on that. That is why once again I am telling you, this is one of the best techniques to master, to remember intricacies in the subject. Okay. So, finally is one of the keywords of Java. Try, catch and finally are 3 keywords in Java. This is the third optional block, and it should be always written after catch. Catch, one catch or multiple catches. After catch or catch blocks, we have to write finally. That is the first point. Second one, after try, we must write either one or more catch block or finally, that I explained here. But that means try block alone is not valid without associating catch blocks or finally block. That point you must understand, and we should not, already as I explained to you, we should not write any other statements either between a try block and a catch block and catch block and finally block. Once exceptional blocks are started, we should not write any statements in between the exceptional blocks. That point you must remember. One thing, this point is very important. Actually, if there is no error, catch blocks have no role. Error occurs only, catch blocks have a role. But in case of finally block, it is always executed. That means whether an exception is thrown or not, finally block is already executed. That point you have to understand. And what for finally block? What is the basic purpose of finally block is normally for some cleanup code. Actually, when you are executing a program, you utilize different sources, like you may use web for downloading something, you may use some local files and they should be open, and in that way, in order to run your program, in order to execute your program or achieve your task, you utilize different sources. So, for that purpose, those are open. So, what is the good practice? Those should be closed properly. Formally, they should be closed. Otherwise, they may be blocked. And if those are blocked and all that, those are lying idle, because others cannot use, and operating system cannot allocate them to others. That's why, however, after eating something, after using something and all that, how you clean, in the same manner in programming also, that is always a good practice, every good programmer must follow. For that purpose, in finally block, we put this cleanup code, just simply call it as cleanup code. In finally block, the cleanup code is written, and whether program executes properly or not, also cleaning up is required. That is why finally block is always executed. And that means what we realize, finally block is always executed, whether exception is thrown or not. Can't we avoid that? That means only one option is there. By using that, we can avoid the finally block execution. That is writing system exit method. This is the static method of the system class. Already I told you, system represents the hardware, our system or hardware. That class provides that class, this is also available in Java Lang package. Exit one method is there. If you want to abort your program and all that, you can write this method. Then you can write in try block. Then what happens, if this is executed and program runtime system terminates the program. That is why even though the finally block is present, that is not executed. This is the only way to avoid execution of the finally block. This point you must remember. Thereafter, seventh point, actually, if no exception is created, now several options are there that I want to tell you. Focus that and write your own notes, otherwise you may easily forget. So, what are the options I am telling you? Now, you have written all exception code in your program, but fortunately no exception is thrown, everything is all right. Then in such case, what is the status of finally? That is the question here. In such case, catch blocks, one or more catch blocks are simply ignored. Whatever code they may contain, it is simply ignored. Suppose no accident is occurred, then ambulance has no role to play. If some accident occurs, ambulance has some role to play. So, catch blocks are simply ignored, one or more. Thereafter, control from try block to it goes to final block. In this case, try block, whatever statements you write, every statement is executed. That point also you must remember and write our notes. Now, if there is an error, then try block throws the error. If try block throws the error, the corresponding catch block catches it and handles it. That is one option already explained to you. So, we write multiple catch blocks also. If relevant catch block is there, which is relevant to the object thrown, it handles that.